Hi everyone, welcome into My Chamber TV, the heartbeat of our community. Coming up is Upper Tampa. We're going to be featuring great guests here, and we're going to give a lot of thanks for Thanksgiving. We'll be right back. Hi everyone, welcome into My Chamber TV, the heartbeat of our community. Upper Tampa Bay is featured today with my very dear friend, Mr. Jerry Custon. Welcome back. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you very much. Happy Thanksgiving to you.
We had a lovely conversation as of, about a week or so ago.
Yes, we did.
About our show lineup today. And I have to tell you, I'm very grateful that you believe enough in us to come on and share what you're doing in the community. And I know you have a lot of gratitude to share as well. And you've been with your chamber for how long now?
Oh, about 14 years, I guess.
14 years.
Yeah.
That's a lot of history.
Yeah, it is. And we do have a lot of things to be grateful for, not only in our community, but in this country. And, you know, as people, as we talked about that too, and you and I will be talking about it after the show and some things we're thinking about. But what a great country we have, and what a great community we have, and some wonderful people here to express their gratitude for some things that they've done, and they're not too good things. But we got to get through it. We got to have faith and hope.
Absolutely, faith and hope gets us through everything. That's for sure. And I want to thank you from my heart for serving in the military for 30 years. God bless you. Thank you for that.
Thank you very much. Enjoy
and thank
it
you
every day.
Thank you for giving back to the community like you do. This show today is very heartfelt. It really is. When you see our guests, you're going to understand why I say that. We happen to have, coming up in this first hour, Jerry and I are talking a little bit about what's going on in the community, and I'm going to go ahead and let you do that. And then we have a really fun video that we're going to be talking about with Mayor Beavis.
With Mayor Beavis.
Yeah.
We'll do Mayor Beavis and Mayor Steingold from Safety Harbor. Both of them, so they're both characters, and that's what makes the community a community. But yeah, with the chamber, what we have coming up for this season, this is obviously we'll take a little bit of time off. But before we do that, we've got a lot of stuff going on. Next week, next Wednesday, we have what we call a speed networking lunch, and that's a lot of fun. It depends on how many people we get. We'll take either 36 people, there's a limit on it. We need 36 people, 48 people, or 64 people. And what we do with that is we tell them, okay, we're going to have a lunch. Now, it's everybody, you sit down at your table, and you get, if it's 36, it'll be tables of 6. If it's the other 2, it'll be tables of 8. So we say, now, what we want you to do is do your 1-minute speech, okay? So each table is going to be tightly timed. When it starts, everybody goes around so that one person talks to all 6, and then when the bell rings, everybody moves to a different table, and you get a different 6 people, and you get a different 6 people. So in that hour and a half that we have that lunch, you'll get to talk to all 35 people and give your 60-second elevator speech.
I love that. I've done that.
Oh, yeah, it's
that
fun.
is so much fun. And you do get a chance to talk to a lot of people. So it's really important for you to have your 30-second, 60-second, or whatever it is, right down pat.
Exactly. So it's and that's one way we try to train our chamber members to get that, to know the core of your business. Why are you in business? What's your passion? Explain your passion to the other people. And what we tell them is, you know, that you don't want it to have my eyes glaze over. What you want it to do is you want to tell them enough that says, I want more.
Exactly.
I want to hear more from you. I want to be your friend. I want to build a relationship with you.
And I think that is really a wonderful way to connect with a lot of people. And even if you don't get through the whole luncheon or whatever, you will leave there with so much knowledge and meeting so many people and hearing more about their business. I think it's fabulous.
Exactly. And like I say, it's all about relationships to us. I'm going to skip over the big thing we're doing, which is charity, and I'll come back to that, and that's where we'll do that. But the other thing we have going on the other side of the speed networking lunch is we'll have our holiday mixer, and stroll, and that's going to be at the Westfield Citrus Park Mall on December the 7th, and that's also a Wednesday. So with that, I think we have about 35 stores lined up to visit, and that'll be like a scavenger hunt going through that mall. And all the stores will have basically some type of deal for the chamber members visiting to do that. So you can go pick your favorite stores to do that. And we'll start out at one of the lounges called BJ's, and we'll end up at another one, and they'll have entertainment there and everything else. So that'll be our big finale for the chamber year. That'll be our big holiday mixer. So we usually get a lot of people to that, and like I say, there'll be at least 35 great stores that we already have lined up there at Westfield Citrus Park Mall to do that.
How fun. That is really going to be fun. Now, tell me about the mayors in a little bit, and then we're going to go ahead and toss to that video.
Yep. Here's the thing we do. Each year, and we've been doing this as long as I've been in the chamber, we have an annual mayor's breakfast between the two cities of Safety Harbor and Oldsmar. And so the two chambers get together, as well as the Rotary Club of Oldsmar and the Maddie Williams Center in Safety Harbor. Okay, and what we're doing, there's three things that are involved in this, okay? Oldsmar Cares, which I don't know if we've had them yet, I'll have to get them here.
Okay.
But Oldsmar Cares provides, they collect food and everything else that's with our Community United Methodist Church, and they provide food for needy families, okay? But with this Mayor's Breakfast, what we're doing is looking for presents, needy families, and what happens is both cities have a community police officers from Pinellas County. So those community police officers identify needy families in the community, and we dedupe it so that not everybody's getting the same thing. Okay, so they go out and they contact these families, find out what their needs are in terms of doing that. And then the third charity we work with is the Holiday Sharing Fund, which we had into several years ago. And we can provide bicycles to families that need that, regardless of size and things of that nature. Now, so we try to get a lot of people at the breakfast, and we're doing it at Nielsen, and Nielsen can hold probably 250 to 275 people there.
That's excellent.
And we try to get sponsors, and also some of the businesses will bring those nice little Christmas trees, well decorated, and we'll have an auction with that. But the centerpiece is always some type of competition between the mayors. So last year, what Mayor Beavis did, since we had the new Super BMX track that just got inaugurated last year, he challenged Mayor Steingold to a race on that Super BMX track. And so what we'll see in the video is the mayors challenging each other to this race, and we'll see the outcome.
Exactly.
We'll see the outcome of that race.
So with that note, we're going to toss to that video and enjoy that. When we come back, we'll take a little break, and then we have more guests coming on with Upper Tampa Bay Chamber of Commerce.
Isn't the mayor's breakfast this Friday? Let me look. Oh no. And today's already December 1st. Huh. I better call Mayor Beavis.
Good evening. I'd like to call the Tuesday, December 1st, 2015 City of Oldsmar City Council meeting to order. Really? Just a second. Sorry, guys. Andy Steingold calling. Mayor Andy Steingold. It better be important. Yes, Mayor. What can I do for you? No, it's not a bad time at all. We're just having a city council meeting, that's all.
We got the mayor's breakfast coming up Friday, and we always do something fun. And I'd like to challenge you to a BMX race on Oldsmar's BMX track, because one, I think I can beat you, and two, it's to raise money for kids. And quite frankly, I think I can raise more money than you can in Oldsmar.
Well, I mean, we are having a city council meeting, so you want to challenge me to a race for the mayor's breakfast? I need a motion and a second. All those in favor? It passes 5-0, Andy. Bring it on. See you at the track.
Good afternoon. We're here at the Oldsmar Olympic-style BMX track, and I'm standing here today with the mayors of Safety Harbor and Oldsmar. It appears that Mayor Steingold has challenged Mayor Beavis to a Mayor's Race Challenge right here today. So would you like to tell me a little bit about that, please?
Sure. We've got the Mayor's Breakfast coming up December 4th, and it's all about raising money for the kids. So why not come out here and have the mayor of the city of Safety Harbor challenge Mayor Beavis from the city of Oldsmar to a race to raise money to buy more bikes for kids.
That sounds like an excellent idea. And Mayor Beavis, you're here today, so obviously you have accepted this challenge. What do you have to say today?
This is our track. I'm not afraid of him. And it's all for a great cause. Did you have to call us in the middle of a city council meeting?
What? Why not? That was the best time to call you. I can't get a hold of you otherwise.
No, it's for a great cause, and the mayor's breakfast is great. We raise a lot of money for the neighborhood center and for Christmas, and it's a great challenge. Win, lose, or draw, I think it's going to be a great race, even though I'm going to win.
Well, we're looking for some great entertainment at least, so if you gentlemen will put your helmets on and go ahead and get ready for the race of the day. Wow, what a race. Mayor Steingold, how do you feel about that upset today?
Well, I laid down the challenge, and, Mayor Beavis just pulled through. But you know what? It's all for a good cause. So, right?
Yep.
All for a good cause. And people love watching us race around here. And you know what? We have stunt doubles that helped out. So.
Yeah, so let's meet our stunt doubles right now. This is Logan, who was racing for Mayor Steingold, and Troy, who was racing for Mayor Beavis. And we appreciate them coming out because it is all for the kids. And Mayor Beavis, did you have anything you wanted to say today?
No, I want to thank Andy for showcasing our track. It's a great event, and it's great for the economy, Safety Harbor, and everything. So we're glad to showcase this. And he had me at the beginning, and did you see that at the end? I came underneath him, and it's all about style. So, but it was great, and I want to thank our two stunt doubles for filling in for us.
I think I hear maybe a rematch is in order.
Absolutely. See you next year.
This is Susan Oliver reporting live from the Oldsmar BMX Olympic Training Center.
Everyone's story is different, so why be limited to just one or two options? With Norcom's Norflex Home Loan, you're given the flexibility to tell your story. Pick your terms from 8 to 30 years, all while maintaining a low, fixed mortgage rate. You can pay off your loan more quickly or choose a term based on your budget and timeline. Whatever you do with the Norflex Home Loan, make it part of your financial plan. Norflex, short-term, long-term, your terms. Apply online at norcommortgage.com.
Enjoy tranquil seclusion in an eco-lover's paradise. Paddling through the mangroves where the only sounds you'll hear are the sounds of nature. Because you deserve to relax on vacation, visit Pasco County, Florida.
If you were injured in a car crash, what would you do first? Who would you call?
You claimed to be injured, yet you spoke to and saw an attorney before you saw a doctor. Is that true?
Yes.
Lawyers on TV tell you to call them first. You can, but should you? The law has changed, and you may find yourself paying your own medical bills if you don't see a doctor in the first 14 days. If you've been in a car crash, you need My Crash MD, the interactive doctor visit, where you can consult virtually with a physician after you've been hurt in a car accident.
We can see you today. We'll take great care of you, regardless if you are at fault or not.
My Crash MD is an actual medical visit with a doctor. No waiting in an ER, no wasting time driving around town. Download My Crash MD free from anywhere and then see a doctor on any mobile device. Times are changing. If you don't get medical attention within the first 14 days after your crash, you could lose your insurance benefits. So if you've been in a car crash, help yourself and your accident case with My Crash MD.
Hi everyone, welcome into My Chamber TV, the heartbeat of our community. Today we are featuring with grace and gratitude the Upper Tampa Bay Chamber of Commerce. We have great guests today. Jerry Custon is now to my left.
Yep.
and Jerry joins us at least once a month for now and brings some really great guest lineup, and hopefully you enjoyed the video that we just showed in the first segment, which was kind of fun. But right now I am really honored to introduce Mr. Mike Henry, who is the publicity assistant to Tampa Bay Downs. You have a lot to say there, don't you?
It's a pleasure to be with you, Barbara.
Great to have you with us.
First and foremost.
Yeah, so what's going on over there?
Well, we're getting ready to start our new season. Actually, we started it July 1st with 1 day of racing, but we're starting it in full force on Saturday.
Okay.
We'll be racing well into the month of May through Kentucky Derby weekend. And the excitement is building. The trainers have arrived with their horses. The jockeys from all over the country have arrived. And as I said, the excitement is building for Saturday. We have a full card of 11 races. And I think it's going to be a wonderful season and hopefully build on the success that we had last year.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. That is exciting. So Saturday, we kick it off on Saturday.
Yes. Post time for the first race is 12:10 p.m. And it's just good to be back in action again. It's been a long wait since July 1st.
Now, how long have you been with Tampa Bay Downs?
Well, interestingly enough, although I'm starting my 6th year as the publicity assistant, I had covered the racetrack for a variety of newspapers dating back to the mid-'80s.
Really?
My first was the Tampa Tribune in 1986. So I've seen this tremendous growth. Some of the terms in horse racing can be kind of arcane if you aren't really familiar with the sport. But back when I first started covering the track, a very successful day would be if the track generated about $300,000 in wagering over the course of the entire day.
Okay.
Now our average is well above $3 million a day.
Wow.
So that's tremendous growth, and it's a tribute to all the hard work of the people who are there and have been there long before I got there. And the two major things that really spurred that growth were the introduction in 1990 of interstate wagering, also known as simulcasting, which allows us to send out our signal all over the country and allows people in different states and at different racetracks to bet on our races. And the second major thrust was the introduction of the turf course in 1998, because so many horses are better suited to the grass, or their trainers would rather have them run on grass, and that's made a tremendous difference.
Wow, you must be really excited too to have Tampa Bay Downs
Well,
in your chamber.
Well, we are, and the thing is, one of the things I want to get across is that's a part of the history of our community.
Yes.
They've been, what, 1925?
26 was
26.
the first year, yes.
Yeah, 1926, so they've been a part of our community going on, well, 90 years.
Wow.
Okay.
And you just celebrated your 100th
100th.
anniversary.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay, Upper Tampa Bay Chamber of Commerce, this town is so rocking.
It's incredible.
You just keep going and going and going, like the Energizer Bunny.
And the Tampa Bay Downs was part of the vision of R.E. Olds when he founded the town. That was part of his thing about recreation. And they're a big part of that, and they've been there. And the other thing that makes it really important about the increase in handle, I guess a good word, right?
Handle is the word, yes.
Yeah.
We handle it.
The increase in handle is part of the thing that they have to do is part of that, is they have to give a percentage back to charity, and they choose, I think, 4 or 5 charities a year to donate a full day's handle, which is to 5 different charities, which winds up being quite a bit of money for that charity.
Well, Tampa Bay Downs has a very generous charitable contribution program, which not only those charity days, but other charities throughout the community that it donates to. And in mentioning the centennial celebration of Oldsmar, I know Tampa Bay Downs was very pleased and proud to partner in some small way with the city. Tampa Bay Downs, in fact, was the site of the concert on October 1st, which had band members from Journey and Kansas and
We talked about
Blue
that.
Oyster Cult.
Yeah.
And even though it was a little overcast and I think a few raindrops fell, it was very well attended, and hopefully will pave the way for similar events in the future.
Yeah.
That is really exciting. I
So,
love the history.
So it's a great partnership at many levels. They also host our Oktoberfest
Yes?
at the Downs, so we have plenty of parking for that. So they're a great community partner.
This year's Oktoberfest was a wonderful event, and not to be overlooked is the annual Oldsmar Cup, which is a horse race that we hold on the Sunday that kind of wraps up our meet in early May.
Really?
Fan Appreciation Day, yes. Mayor Beavis is always out there, and Jerry's out there, and a whole bunch of dignitaries to watch the Oldsmar Cup and present the perpetual trophy every year.
Yeah.
Oh, how fun.
And in addition to the handle, what has happened is they've basically increased the quality of the breed that of the races that they have gone up. And each year, for the past how many years, we've had the winner of the Tampa Bay Cup, Tampa Bay Derby, I guess, go to the Kentucky Derby. So, and sometimes we've had more than one horse from here.
Well, I know a few years ago that we actually had 5 horses from the Tampa Bay Derby that competed in the Kentucky Derby. By the way, I need to mention that it is now the Lamb Home South Tampa Bay Derby.
Okay.
In honor of Lamb Home South, the Ocala breeding and training facility that is so instrumental in horse racing throughout the state, and we are so grateful for their sponsorship of the race. But in 2007, we had a horse named Street Sense that came in, won the most exciting Tampa Bay Derby ever. He won by a nose. And then about 7 weeks later, I think it was 7 weeks, but anyway, he went on to win the Kentucky Derby. 3 years after that, the horse that finished 3rd in our Tampa Bay Derby named Super Saver won the Kentucky Derby. So very few tracks anywhere in the country have had 2 out of 4 years where a horse that competed at their track won the Kentucky Derby, and it's taken off since then. It really has.
I guess so. I mean, you're really branded and everything. Now, would you say it has something to do with the track and just the whatever goes involved with that?
We have an amazing maintenance department, and maintenance refers to the people who do work on the racetrack.
Okay.
Tom McLaughlin is our vice president of facilities and track surfaces, and he has been with the track probably 30 years. And he and his crew have the experience and the know-how to keep this track in exceptional condition throughout the year. It's a sand-based track, Barbara, so it doesn't really get muddy if we get a lot of rain. It gets kind of sloppy, but the fact that it is sand-based is really good for the horses.
Comes back pretty quick?
It's kind of forgiving, you know, and it's a very safe surface. Trainers swear by it in terms of promoting fitness, because anytime, as you know, if you run on dry sand on the beach, your feet are going to go down, and it's going to be more exertion, but there's no hard surface beneath it that's going to cause any jarring or anything of this
an injury. Too, I would guess.
Possible injury. So we are very fortunate to have that kind of surface, and then our turf course is considered one of the best in the country. I know now I'm sounding like a real PR man there.
No, but I love it. I had no idea. I mean, we're talking, we have a winner here.
It's well accepted throughout the country. And see, we're only open 5 months of the year. So this gives Tommy and his crew a chance to work year-round on maintaining that turf course to the high level that it's at. And it's not unusual for us to have a turf race where we're getting horses coming up from Miami, or possibly other areas as well, but out that are trained by Hall of Fame trainers who would rather run a horse on the Tampa Bay turf course than anywhere else.
Wow.
And they know they're going to come back well.
That's why I brought them here.
Oh my God, I want to go. I want to come down there.
Now let me tell you this. Okay. Not only do you want to go for that, but they have one of the best kept secrets in here also. They got a great restaurant. And they have a Sunday buffet that'll knock your eyes out. And we'll take friends of ours. And I'm not a bettor, but I go because I love to take pictures of the horses. It's very beautiful and stuff like that. My wife, I'll give her $20 and she'll bet on each race, and we'll come home with 18 or whatever it is. But they have a great buffet on Sundays, and you can go as a family, enjoy that. Good food. Well, you can go more than that, but we like to go on that Sunday buffet, and just a super buffet.
That is so. That's
great.
Exciting. We just have a minute here before our next guest, but I want to meet you there for a buffet. I want to go to the races. I want to do the picture taking. I may even bet a few bucks.
And if you can't join Jerry up in the Sky Terrace some Saturday or Sunday, the hot dogs are real good too.
Okay.
So is the popcorn.
Awesome. I want to thank you, Mike, for coming on.
Well, thank you, Barbara.
And
it's been a pleasure.
We'll have to have you back. Definitely.
Look forward to it.
All right. Isn't this exciting? Right here. Who knew? In the town of Oldsmar. I'm telling you, it's been on the map for a long, long time. But I mean, they're turning out winners here from Tampa Bay Downs. It's awesome. We'll be back after this.
Enjoy tranquil seclusion in an eco-lover's paradise. Paddling through the mangroves where the only sounds you'll hear are the sounds of nature. Because you deserve to relax on vacation, visit Pasco County, Florida.
Everyone's story is different, so why be limited to just one or two options? With Norcom's Norflex Home Loan, you're given the flexibility to tell your story. Pick your terms from 8 to 30 years, all while maintaining a low, fixed mortgage rate. You can pay off your loan more quickly or choose a term based on your budget and timeline. Whatever you do with the Norflex Home Loan, make it part of your financial plan. Norflex, short-term, long-term, your terms. Apply online at norcommortgage.com.
If you were injured in a car crash, what would you do first? Who would you call?
You claim to be injured, yet you spoke to and saw an attorney before you saw a doctor. Is that true?
Yes.
Lawyers on TV tell you to call them first. You can, but should you? The law has changed, and you may find yourself paying your own medical bills if you don't see a doctor in the first 14 days. If you've been in a car crash, you need My Crash MD, the interactive doctor visit, where you can consult virtually with a physician after you've been hurt in a car accident.
We can see you today. We'll take great care of you, regardless if you are at fault or not.
My Crash MD is an actual medical visit with a doctor. No waiting in an ER, no wasting time driving around town. Download My Crash MD free from anywhere and then see a doctor on any mobile device. Times are changing. If you don't get medical attention within the first 14 days after your crash, you could lose your insurance benefits. So if you've been in a car crash, help yourself and your accident case with My Crash MD.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back into My Chamber TV, the heartbeat of our community. I'm your host, Barbara Marville Kelly. Thank you so much for joining us. Happy Thanksgiving and blessings to all. This is a very special show today, the day before Thanksgiving. Jerry Custon brings Upper Tampa Bay once a month to us, but there's something extra special in case you haven't noticed with our show today. When I saw the lineup of who was going to be in the show, it almost brought me to tears, as it did when I happened to see a segment on one of the national news stations featuring the Gold Star families. Have you heard about the Gold Star families? Well, I have the honor to introduce Craig and Tony Gross. Welcome to the show. I am going to be as quiet as I possibly can so that I can turn this segment over to the two of you to share what the Gold Star family is and your involvement, and to really share and educate people on this incredible mission. So whoever wants to get started is perfectly fine.
Well, when our son first went into the military, we had no idea that we were a Blue Star family. A Blue Star family is a family of an active duty military service person.
Okay.
When their loved one or family member is killed in combat theater, the Blue Star on the service flag that the Blue Star family is allowed to post in their home, the Blue Star turns to gold. And so that is a military tradition that's been going on for years. But
since World War I, actually.
We became a Gold Star family July of 16th of 2011 when our son was killed in combat theater in Afghanistan.
I'm very sorry to hear that, but I honor both of you and your son with heartfelt love and appreciation and gratitude. So what is the mission of, what kind of message, how can we help get the message out there? How can we help you raise the awareness of the Gold Star families and what we can do?
Well, sadly, recently Gold Star families have not been cast very well in the media, and just the name Gold Star family it has evokes emotions, of course. But Gold Star family members, our members can be husbands, wives, spouses, parents, children, aunts and uncles, and we joined together. Well, a military death is a unique type of a death. It's not like a car accident or anything like that. And our community, which is Oldsmar, has supported us well, and they've come alongside of us. But we just they took good care of us, but we needed the camaraderie and the understanding of other Gold Star families. So I went on the internet one day and just put in Gold Star families, and I came across American Gold Star Mothers, and I reached out to them, and I found a place where I could meet with other mothers, and we could talk about, one minute we'll be laughing, the next minute we'll be crying. So we just needed that camaraderie. And Craig is a member of an organization called Gold Star Fathers of Florida. But
yeah, and I'm the vice president of Gold Star Fathers for the state of Florida, and we basically just get together. We just recently had the military actually it's the Black Dagger Military Hunt Club, had us down to Sarasota, and a bunch of us Gold Star dads, we just spent the day shooting because, you know, that's what we do. The women spend the day talking and tease and all that kind of stuff. Man, we gotta go shoot something, you know.
But it's so much more than
just good.
camaraderie.
Yeah.
It is, for example, American Gold Star Mothers, our mission statement is we serve, we honor through service. And we are a veteran service organization. I am chapter president of American Gold Star Mothers in the Tampa Bay area. And yes, there was a time during the grieving process that we just needed the camaraderie of other Gold Star families, and we still need that now. But we also have gone out into our community, into Oldsmar, into Tampa, and we serve at I serve at the USO at Tampa International Airport. I serve in the spinal cord injury unit at James A. Halley VA Hospital, and I also serve at the Fisher House, which is like a Ronald McDonald style house for our military families. So our loved ones are remembered, they're not forgotten as we serve in our community.
And then in addition to what Tony does with the USO and the Fisher House and Haley Hospital, my restaurant, which is Frankie's Patriot Barbecue, once a month we feed the people at the Fisher House. It's usually there's 25, 30 people at the Fisher House, and we cook a nice big dinner for them, and we take it over and serve them. And then periodically we also serve dinner at the USO
At Tampa International
at Tampa International Airport. And it's amazing because these soldiers will come in, and they're used to going to the USOs all around the United States and all around the world, and there's food that they can throw into a microwave oven, and you know, and that's pretty much the whole deal. And they come in, and there's this big buffet there for them, and they're like, this is the best USO in the whole country. You know, so.
And I would attest to that because I have eaten at your restaurant, and those barbecues are, I mean, they're amazing, amazing.
Thank you.
Well, you know, it's what I have to ask you, what is your foundation that helps get you through all of this? How you have a tremendous amount of strength and stamina in spite of what's happened in your family.
Well, I look at it as divine intervention. 2 years before Frankie was killed in action, Tony and I kind of revisited our devotional. We had stopped doing a devotional every day over several years. And about 2 years before Frankie was killed in action, I went to a men's retreat. And I felt it was incumbent upon me to come home and say to Tony, you know, we need to start having a devotion again. We need to ramp this up and pray together and read the scripture together once a day. And so we started doing that, and we've been pretty faithful. Honestly, I don't think that we would have gotten through the situation of losing our son had we not had 2 years of spiritual preparation. I think if I had just rested on my laurels and just let things go the way that they were and not have our daily devotion, have our prayer, it really strengthened us to get through. And it still does today. We still try to practice it on a regular basis. We get a little bit busy once in a while. But
We're both strong Christians, and we believe in God's sovereignty. And we may not like it all the time, in this situation with Frank's death.
Of course.
But we said, you know, God, take this situation that's been a tragic situation and use us to bring good into other people's lives. And we said, God, use us where needed most. And for Craig, it's not in the hospital like I work, it's not at the airport, it's in the food service industry.
Absolutely.
He opens his restaurant to the veterans. They come in, they have a place to go. The Patriot Guard Riders who support our Gold Star families.
Patriot Guard Riders.
So they go to a Frankie's Patriot Barbecue, and it's a place for them just to
hang out.
To hang out.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was so this is not coincidence.
That's not.
I went to your friend when you had the what do you call that thing up with the picture of your son?
Yeah.
In lights.
Yes.
I drove by.
We had the roving truck.
Yes,
the advertising truck.
yes, and I turned. I couldn't get in there fast enough to find out more. It was all that was divine. It was almost like I needed to go and find out more. And here you end up and appear on this show.
They've moved the restaurant on you.
I know.
Okay.
I know. That's okay. I need to drive down to St. Pete.
Yeah.
It's worth it. But I just want to commend you for the strength. And the foundation of your strength is God and your faith and Christianity that has helped get you through this. And I give you 2 high fives. And God bless you.
Let me add one little thing. And obviously, I picked Frank and Tony and Brian for good reasons.
I know you did.
Okay. The words that I would like to repeat is the ones we started off with, faith and hope. But they added 2 others, and that's service and camaraderie. Okay? There's one thing, and I am the MC at Curlin Memorial Gardens for Veterans Day. And yeah.
God bless you.
And there's so much division in this country right now. Okay? And that's one reason I wanted, and Brian Anderson, by the way, was a guest speaker this year at the Veteran Service. But the camaraderie aspect, there's one thing I want to bring up, and I didn't say it to you, I don't think. That with the division that we have in this country, and we try to divide with all these isms and icks and xenophobic and homophobic and racist and sexist and everything else. We don't have that in the military. We don't have that in the military. We have a mission in the military, and that's to protect and defend this country, okay? And in the military, race, sex, culture, religion doesn't make a bit of difference, okay? No matter what you hear, we are brothers. And we are tied together. We are brothers and sisters, and we are tied together by that common mission. And this is the words I want you to hear from the Grosses, is faith, hope, service, and that camaraderie.
That's perfect.
It's there.
That's perfect. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
And thank you for bringing this couple on.
Yeah.
I am so honored. I truly am. And I hope you're enjoying this show because it just really sends out the message. And that's the one thing that I am very proud of, is to have the voice to introduce people like this who are giving back to their country. Even though they may have lost, they're still giving back. We'll be right back.
Everyone's story is different, so why be limited to just 1 or 2 options? With Norcom's Norflex Home Loan, you're given the flexibility to tell your story. Pick your terms from 8 to 30 years, all while maintaining a low, fixed mortgage rate. You can pay off your loan more quickly or choose a term based on your budget and timeline. Whatever you do with the Norflex Home Loan, make it part of your financial plan. Norflex, short-term, long-term, your terms. Apply online at norcommortgage.com.
Enjoy tranquil seclusion in an eco-lover's paradise. Paddling through the mangroves where the only sounds you'll hear are the sounds of nature. Because you deserve to relax on vacation, visit Pasco County, Florida.
If you were injured in a car crash, what would you do first? Who would you call?
You claim to be injured, yet you spoke to and saw an attorney before you saw a doctor. Is that true?
Yes.
Lawyers on TV tell you to call them first. You can, but should you? The law has changed, and you may find yourself paying your own medical bills if you don't see a doctor in the first 14 days. If you've been in a car crash, you need My Crash MD, the interactive doctor visit, where you can consult virtually with a physician after you've been hurt in a car accident.
We can see you today. We'll take great care of you, regardless if you are at fault or not.
My Crash MD is an actual medical visit with a doctor. No waiting in an ER, no wasting time driving around town. Download My Crash MD free from anywhere and then see a doctor on any mobile device. Times are changing. If you don't get medical attention within the first 14 days after your crash, you could lose your insurance benefits. So if you've been in a car crash, help yourself and your accident case with My Crash MD.
Hi everyone, welcome back into My Chamber TV, the heartbeat of our community. Thank you so much for joining us the day before Thanksgiving, a special day that should be every day where we give thanks, gratitude, and certainly to our military and our veterans. I want to thank my 30-year veteran to my left, Jerry Custon, who is with the Upper Tampa Bay Chamber and comes on once a month with us. You really outdid yourself this time. Above and beyond, as you usually do.
Thank you.
To my right is Mr. Brian Anderson, Veteran Alternatives, and our buddy Hero.
Yeah, he likes to be on TV quite a bit, it seems
I know
like.
he does. He gets right up there and he's ready to go. How have you been?
I've been good. Today was a fun day. You know, the spirit of Thanksgiving, it's always about helping other people out. And today I got to work with St. Vincent de Paul, Havana Dreamers Cafe, and we delivered some meals to some of our local veterans here in West Pasco for Thanksgiving tomorrow. So today's been a good day of giving back, which is really nice to have, especially around the holidays.
Absolutely. Now you've been in the service for how long?
Yeah, I served in the Army for 14 years, and I was medically retired. Now I'm running the Veterans Alternative, and it's been extraordinary to see actually the support. You know, when I think of Thanksgiving, and don't mind him, he just likes to find a place to lie down.
He's going to lay on my feet, and he's okay.
When,
Hi, buddy.
When I started thinking about you know, Thanksgiving, and I did a lot of speaking engagements for Veterans Day this year, and what I noticed more than anything, and what resonated most with me, was how much our community has actually given back to not just veteran populations, but all these populations that we have out there. It's extraordinary. But really for our veterans, you know, we have 250,000 in the greater Tampa Bay area, and it's been amazing to actually walk this road with so many other folks. I mean, we were just talking off the air about Congressman Gus Bilirakis. Some of the legislation that he passed this summer was extraordinary, and you know, he just kind of carried on with his father's carrying on. It's amazing to see those. And obviously, Jerry, everything that he does for us in the veteran community, being a veteran himself, it's just been amazing. So
exactly.
I'm really thankful to be here.
Well, we're thankful to have you here. And I personally, Barbara Marvel, am thankful to have a voice to be able to raise the awareness. Because when we can raise the awareness and let you see what's going on in our community, the heart, that's why I call My Chamber TV the heartbeat of our community. These people that we have come on here is the heartbeat, it's the pulse. It keeps things going, and it just mushrooms. When you get involved with the charities, and I tell you, one of my favorite things to do is bring people on like yourself and Hero and Jerry, and just give honor for your service.
You know, I appreciate that. I actually got to tell this story earlier today. The reason why I decided to become a social worker, I was a Green Beret, and the reason why I decided to become a social worker, actually the day a couple of my teammates passed away, I received mail. And one of the packages I received was from my mother, and it was an Intro to Social Work was inside the book. Was inside the package, the book was. And I read it, and I decided, you know what, that's what I'm going to do. And the motto of Green Beret is to oppress, liberate, free the oppressed. They kind of correlated. Now, when I look back and I see what we're doing and the support that we have, you know, we're flying veterans in from all over the United States, and we're putting them in a hotel. We're paying for their meals for a week, them and their spouse or significant other. We're doing this 3 times a month. and we're providing them with an alternative retreat, but we're focusing on something that doesn't really focus on too much inside our veteran community, and that's a positive psychology. We look at a term that most people don't hear, and it's post-traumatic growth. We're always talking about the stress and the problems and the difficulties.
Right.
Well, we've kind of trying to flip that.
I love that.
We want to change the script, and I think that right now it's a necessity to change the script. We've kind of suffered from an epidemic amongst our veteran populations, and we see that when it comes to statistics, especially when it comes to suicide, homelessness, underemployment, risky behaviors. But I think that across the nation, we're at this cusp right now, and I can guarantee you that it's going to be soon. We're going to see a major decline in a lot of the numbers, and it's because of people in our communities that continue to give back.
I believe
and
that.
They're not asking for anything in return.
Exactly.
They're giving back because they want to see our men and women actually be leaders inside our communities, and they're allowing that to happen. And I can tell you this, Pasco County is one of they made this environment, Pasco County made an environment that was conducive for my transition. And I'm seeing it happen with my other veterans, and I'm extremely thankful for that.
Isn't that wonderful? And Pasco County, that is exactly where we are, right here in the downtown part of Port Richey. In fact, behind us, well, not today, is usually Sims Park, but that's wonderful to hear you say that. And to be able to give back the way you're giving back, you're fulfilling something that is so well needed and so appreciated.
Well, this is the fourth time Brian and I have been together this month.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
It turns out the first time was Congressman Rock's election gathering. We got that one. And then a couple days later, we were contacted, I don't think I told you this yet, but Facebook Central basically did a 2-hour seminar for veteran businesses that the chamber sponsored. They called our chamber up to say, would you sponsor that? And I said, what's that mean? They said, well, it means that you send me your chamber logo and I put it out on Facebook and tell them you're sponsoring this. It doesn't cost us anything. Oh, so we did that, and Congressman Bill Rackus was the keynote speaker for that, and they asked me to introduce him. So Brian and his business was there at that. And then for the Veterans Day ceremony at Curley Memorial Gardens, Brian was a speaker at that, and I'm usually the MC for that.
Which is pretty cool because, so Jerry might look a little aged, but he's still fitting in his uniform.
I believe that.
He's still fitting in his uniform, and I was pretty impressed when I saw it on him.
You were all uniformed up and glammed up and everything?
Oh, yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
It was pretty good.
Yeah, I've been retired 23 years, and I still fit in that uniform.
Oh, God bless you.
It's getting a little tight. It's getting a little tight, but I still get in there.
But you know what? It's that spirit. It's that love. It's just all of what you guys are.
You know, next year, speaking of that, was on Veterans Day.
Correct.
So next year, we're working on this right now. We've got a small team, and this is going to be fun. I'm going to put it out here right now, so it has to happen. Port Richey, Pasco County, My Chamber TV. Think about this. So we've been talking, and I think it's going to happen. I think it's already been approved. But we're doing a parade through downtown Port Richey for Veterans Day next year. It's the first parade in over 25 years for Veterans Day in Port Richey.
That is huge.
Now, the biggest Veterans Day parade in the area now is done over in Town and Country.
Yep.
And for the past 2 years, me and a friend of mine, we sing the national anthem for that.
Well, I don't know how good your voice is. We've got some talent here, but we might try and steal you over here. I don't know yet.
I think you should.
But I'll tell you this, when we're planning our parade, we're doing it later in the afternoon. We're doing it about 2 o'clock because a lot of ceremonies on Veterans Day are around 11 o'clock hour. So we're putting it a little bit later so we can actually enjoy all the things, all the benefits that we have at Sims Park and enjoy the festivities.
To do that. Me and a buddy do that. We do okay.
That sounds good. I would love that.
That would be so amazing. And we're right here. You'll be coming right by the studio.
So we've already got our music talent.
Yeah,
I tell you, that is so exciting. Boy, nothing like planning ahead. And I mean, both of you are just beaming with getting involved with the community and what's on your heart. You have Hero that goes everywhere. We only have just a couple of minutes remaining, but tell us a little bit about Hero before we close our show today, Brian.
You know, Hero saved my life in a lot of ways. So, you know, I lost five friends in a 6-month period, and my story is not different from a lot of other veterans' stories. I came home, I had some difficulties with transitioning. I was going to school. I signed up for Hero at one point where things were just really, really dark and difficult for me. And now I'm super excited that I get to walk with them everywhere. There's times that it's difficult. There's times that people come up to me and say, "What's wrong with you? You look perfectly fine." And, you know, for the most part, I am. You know, I'm running a successful business that's a nonprofit that's helping a lot of warriors out. I've been successful in a lot of things. I've had failures just like everybody else. But, you know, there's times that I do get overstimulated when there's too much traffic going on and I see everything going by. Hero helps ground me quite a bit. He helps out when, you know, there's times when my mind starts racing at night when I'm going to sleep. And so he's been a miracle, and I'm a huge proponent of these alternative therapies. I think that they're probably one of the ways that our warriors can connect back to the civilian world in the most easiest fashion. And Hero not only is my service dog, but he's also a part of the Veterans Alternative. He welcomes people in the door. He's constantly pulling people away from the wall. When a lot of veterans come in, they have trust issues.
Oh, of
they
course.
don't know who around them they can rely on.
Yeah.
So their back is against the wall when they first come in, and Hero will bring them a toy. He'll go right up to them and rub against them so they can pet them and so forth, and he starts pulling them in. And even when they bring their service dogs, he helps those service dogs that they bring into the center feel more comfortable. So I bring him with me everywhere, and he's actually opened up a lot of doors for the Veterans Alternative, and he's been amazing. He's the best thing that's ever come into my life on 4 legs. So I think that when Hero retires 5-6 years from now, I'll be getting myself a Hero number 2.
Good for
and
you.
keep on going with it.
Good for you.
They're amazing.
I want to talk to you more about that off camera after the show or at another time about this whole relationship with the animals, because they have that extra sense. They just know what they know when they know it, and they take care of they get the job done.
They really do, and there's a lot more veterans that are getting them. And I can tell you this, one thing that I've seen, and it's been a trend, right? A lot of people want to call someone out for, taking advantage, right? Because we have these conversations all the time of, someone just throwing a vest on a dog.
Right.
Well, it's happened to a couple of my veterans where people have come up to them and they have legitimate service dogs.
Yes.
But I'll give a for instance. We pulled into a handicapped parking spot, me and a buddy of mine, and he was wearing pants. He's missing 2 legs. He jumps out, and this guy is ripped all up top. I mean, he's one of those guys that's inside the photos of the half-naked veterans missing limbs, Yeah. He jumps out, and he starts walking, and someone starts cursing at him for parking his dad's truck in a handicapped parking spot. I'm pretty surprised he reacted the way he did, but he just pulled up his pants leg, and he's like, "Yeah, my dad lets me drive his truck sometime," and kept on walking.
I love it.
You never know what someone's going through, and you never know what their invisible wounds are.
Exactly.
So, it's that whole thing. Is it a splinter in my eye or a plank in yours? And that's something that I think that's really important to think about. I get it. Sometimes we don't think that someone's service dog is a service dog, but you never really know. So allow the establishments to kind of dictate that, And
Exactly.
for the businesses that are out there, if you do have a dog that goes in, this is really important because a lot of businesses don't understand this. If you have a dog that goes into your business and it's just acting crazy and it's disrupting your business, you can ask for them to take the dog out.
Right.
You're allowed to do that. You can say, "Listen, your dog is being a disturbance. I know it's a service dog. That's perfectly fine, but it's causing mayhem and it's taking away from our business." So you can ask to leave at that point. But if a dog's just walking in next to somebody and he's not causing any kind of disturbance, let the dog do its job.
Absolutely. Brian, thank you so much, my friend.
Thank you very much.
You're a delight. Hero, I love you to the moon and back. Jerry, what can I say? Happy Thanksgiving. You're all blessings. You truly are.
3 words: faith, hope, attitude, and gratitude.
There you go. That's
There you
it.
go.
And by the way, speaking of gratitude, I am drinking my cup of organic coffee from a cup of organic coffee. It's pretty good,
There you
too.
go.
Happy Thanksgiving. Many blessings to you. And please watch this show again. You can actually tune into Facebook and click on My Chamber TV. This is a very special Thanksgiving show, and I've been very blessed as the host to host it. And thanks to We Beam TV for the crew and all. We'll see you next time.